how many of you have y'all have all used Cinchshare yet?
I
Yes.
have.
So Lauren, you have not.
I have
Heather,
not.
you have. And yes, and then I know Kelly has been playing around with it. She'll probably come back. Her website went out, service went out. Let me wait for her. Okay, good. Lauren, do you have an account yet?
I do.
Okay, great, perfect. Okay, well, Cinchshare is awesome, and I will say at first it's a little overwhelming, but it gets so much easier over time. So if you seem like, I remember when I first started using it, I was like, what is this? And then I know it's like something I could do blindfolded in my sleep, like most things with this business. So, but if y'all have any specific questions at any time, let me know. On our team website, I'm sure you've seen this because I harp on it a lot now. We have the ultimate party guide, and this is a great place for you to go to with any of your party needs. And I will just point out there are some other trainings party related up here. And then down here is a team training that Team Papaya did. Lacey did. I can't remember Lacey's last name. She did it. That was also kind of like this. And then these are the ones I did that I'm probably going to replace with this one. So if you ever are confused or need to see stuff again, definitely go on there. And I apologize. I just texted a bunch of friends, so they're all texting me back. And then we have all of my files that you can use. So if you are new to Cinchshare, one of the first things you want to do is click on these files and add them to your folder, to your account. So once you have Cinchshare open and you're logged in, just click on one and it will add to you in your folders. I can't do it because these are all mine. But if you ever want to share, so if any of you ever do parties, or if you're like, Sarah, send me what you're doing, she can send you her link and I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes too. So those are all my folders. And every time I do a new one, I'll add it here under special parties. The other thing about my folders to keep in mind is I'm constantly updating my folders. So once you have them in your Cinchshare, go back there every week or two, depending on how many parties you're doing, and look and see what I have added, because I'm always adding new things, and use those in your folders. So once you add my folders will look like this, where they'll have little people at the end, the little black box. And then your folders that you create won't have that unless you share them with people. So after you added my folders to yours, then you want to create your own folders, because they won't let you go in mine and edit mine. So how you do that. So real quick, I'm sorry, I'm going a little fast. We're not going to talk about folders yet. We'll start from the beginning. Okay, now we're in Cinchshare. So the first top left checkbox right here is how to create your own post. So anything you want to create, you can do here. Super easy. You just type in whatever copy it is. Just got this new amazing bomber bra, whatever. And I normally, what I normally do is I will copy and paste from Zaya's website their description, but then cut it down. Their descriptions are pretty funny, actually. Some of them are really silly, but that's a good starting place. So if you're like, I don't know how to describe these products, just go to the product itself and here, copy and paste it, and then edit it from there. So then I can go in here and just do that and then edit, because this is a lot of copy. You want to keep copy pretty short. And you also don't want to use something verbatim. Christine being on this call is a godsend too. Facebook has wacky rules where if you do a lot of caps or a lot of stuff like that, they get kind of annoyed, especially if you're using them in 3 parties the same week. Facebook definitely does some flags with that kind of stuff. So I try to be really careful on being too cutesy here. Now, if you want to add any emojis, you can go into like a text file or email or whatever, get the emoji and copy and paste it in here. So that's something I will do to add emojis that you'll see. Designing with Canva, I've never personally done this, but I know in our call this week, somebody did pull it up, and I think you can either go in, it gets you into Canva and you can design something there, or you can go and design. Text clips is really cool, and that's going to be something I have Jessica, the CMO of Cinchshare, talk about on our team call this week. I actually haven't used it, but I've seen her talk about it. But basically, if you use something over and over again, like if you have a post you do for new releases and you say the same thing, like shop my link or here's my Instagram account, you can create a text clip and it will then just copy and paste it in there. So you don't have to retype the same thing over and over. So again, I don't use this to its full capacity, so I don't do that, but that is a cool little feature there. And then you can add one photo just by clicking here, choose folder, file, and sorry, there are people that are trying to come in here. Or you can do multiple photos by clicking here, this little box that has the plus sign. So you just click here, hit upload, and then go to your folders, or go to your photos, sorry, and then you can add as many photos as you want here. You can also reposition them. And the one thing I'll say about photos is the less the better. People, it looks better in Facebook if you have like one really good photo or two really good photos. If you get to have multiple photos, you want to probably say in your copy, scroll through the photos. They're going to see the plus sign, but people don't really scroll through a lot. They're so busy. Think about
I
you.
can sleep for another day.
You are. So
I can sleep
definitely
for a whole nother day right now.
get some sleep. Let me unmute you real quick. So anyway, so just keep that in mind when you're using photos. You want to be really careful. I like to just use one or two at the most. But sometimes it is good when you do like a big thing about tanks and you want to show a bunch of them or whatever, you can do that. So then you can drag your photo. And I always try to pick the one that's going to capture people to be your top photo. So kind of think about this when you're setting these up in here, and then you hit done. You're only going to see one photo, but you'll see right here it says 3. So those 3 photos are there. Then the next thing you want to do is hit the folder you want to save this to. So if this was one I was creating, I would put it in my bra folder I've created. I'll talk about folders in a second, and save it there. If you haven't created a bra folder yet, you can go all the way down the bottom, hit new folder, and create a bra folder. And I would just name it you, like Heather's bra folder or whatever you're going to call it, day 2 or whatever. So it has your name, so you just remember where your folders are. And then instead of schedule post, you would hit save to save this in your folders to use over and over. Now, if this is a one-time post for new releases or something else, and you're just going to post it on that one specific day, go ahead and that's the copy, new releases, blah, blah, blah. Add your photos in here for new releases. Don't worry about folders because you don't necessarily need to save it because it's about your new releases for the week. And then you leave schedule post intact. Then you pick your day right here on your calendar. Make sure it's that day. I get confused when I do a lot of parties. I get confused and don't pick necessarily the right day. I might pick the 17th when I'm at the 10th, but make sure it's that day. Then the time you want to post it. So if this is for new releases, you could do it at 12. Now, this is not realistic because new releases don't go live until after, whatever. But let's just, and we're hypothetically saying, so 12 o'clock, make sure you hit the PM, not the AM, or it'll show up at almost 1 a.m. And then you want to hit the Facebook group it's going to go to. We'll talk about that in a minute, how you get those there. But you hit your VIP page or whatever. This is my VIP page. And then you hit schedule post, and it will schedule on the 10th at 12:57 on my VIP page. Everybody follow me so far? Any questions on creating a post? Okay. All right. So, and again, as you start getting familiar with this, you'll get more comfortable. And don't stress if you hit schedule post and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to get rid of that. We'll talk about that in a minute. There's a way to do that. The next thing is I'm not going to save that. Normally you would make sure you want to save it. The next thing is your network. So these are all your Facebook pages that you want to post to. I will quickly just show you how to do that in Facebook. So if you were in your party that you had going on, so this is not a party I have, this is a page, but all you do is go into settings and get rid of all your notifications. Oh my gosh. Okay, go to settings and go all the way to the bottom, hit apps, hit add your app, and then you want to search Cinchshare, and then hit that and hit add. And now it's going to show up on, now it's going to be one of my places in Cinchshare. So then you go back to Cinchshare and you hit refresh, and it will then show up here in a minute. If it doesn't show up for some reason, it probably means that so your Cinchshare account is set up with you and your personal account and maybe your business account. And you have to make sure that Facebook group has you personally a member and and your business a member. I think it gets a little wonky sometimes. If you have questions on that, let me know. And Cinchshare also has a customer support and they can walk you through it, but that's something different on Facebook that you do when you set up your parties. But anyway, so it'll show up here. So Rise and Shine, has it shown up yet?
I think it's on top.
Okay, thank you. There we go. Thank you. And then what you want to do, because I want to post to that page, is you want to hit the heart button and make it black. That makes it a favorite, and that's going to show up in that list that we had to pick from. If it doesn't have the black, it won't show up there. The other thing you want to probably do once a week, if you're doing parties once a week, is old parties you can unblack, so they're not on your list. So like this one I'm no longer posting on, so I can unblock that. That way you can kind of manage it better. And if you just want to show the current parties, you can. And then your list is a little bit shorter in your drop down list. Another thing you can do is hit show all, and it will show all your parties. If it has that little broken heart, you're not brokenhearted. It means that you're not set up to Cinchshare in that Facebook group. You were at one point, but you're not anymore. So if you hit that button, it will ask you to re-add the app to Facebook, or you can just go to the Facebook page and re-app it. Either one works. Everyone following me there? Okay.
Hey,
so that's
Angel, real quick, I have a party that I don't need to see anymore. Did you say to just uncheck or the heart, like click on it?
Yep, make it unblack. Okay. It'll become like that teal color. Yep, exactly. Perfect.
Okay.
Also, you can use Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Again, I don't use this yet. This is something I'm going to have Jessica share with us to show more. So we're not talking about that today, but that is something some of you might be doing already, but it is, you can connect your accounts to that. I want to go back really quick to this and just mention two quick things before I forget. So again, my my new group is on there. See the one I just added, so it's there. Photo URL and videos. If you or paste a link. Sometimes people have said, well, can I just paste my okay, and Christine, you also can chime in because you're part of this. Can I paste the link to the actual shopping link in here in my Facebook, my post? And no, I would not do that. One is Facebook doesn't like that, and it will flag it and sometimes not schedule it. And you know how sometimes when you post something to Facebook, it shows up as a for sale, like you're in a marketplace. That's because you have something wonky in your message. So you want to try to be careful what you post in here. So links are not good to post in here. You can do them. I do my party links, so it's not that you can't, but just be cautious of that. But if you post it in here, it looks weird on Facebook. It's like this half crop. I actually saw one of you guys do it the other day, and I can't remember who now, but it's like a half crop picture and then the link, and it's just not the full picture. It doesn't look great on your actual party page.
Yeah.
So don't do that. And then the other thing is you want to go through your party like at least twice a day and look at comments anyway. And that's when you want to post your links and in the comment section. And what that does is it will, so here I would post, if I was promoting a product, I would post it here in the comments. It will bump it back up. Your Facebook likes that. It'll get higher search in the people that are part of the parties and their feeds, and it will give it more of a push.
So I'll tell you this, with Facebook, treat it like a jealous boyfriend. Facebook does not want you to leave Facebook. And so anytime you attach a link into the top of the post, and there's always going to be one or two you're going to, and that's fine. But if you have every post that has a link in the content up top, it's just going to start bogging you down. And then the other thing is with the sale, if it looks like it's in marketplace, be very cautious when you use the words sale, for sale, any type of discount, any type of thing you would think
Prices.
of in a store. What was that one?
Yeah. Prices.
Prices.
Item number, it flags item numbers. So don't put any,
Yeah.
I did that once. Don't do that.
And then the other thing is pictures. If you go into Canva and you want to create your own content, always remember the 80-20 rule. If Facebook pushes photos and videos farther, but if a photo is bogged down with like all text over the photo, it will sometimes suppress it, because what it looks like is you're trying to push out your verbiage without it getting flagged. So that's the other thing. They want the pictures, and obviously I'll go into that at a later date, but
yeah, she's training us on that.
yeah, but I will just say, like, adding a link to every single one of the content is going to make your whole group not surface.
Yeah, so don't do it. Don't do it. And it's just, again, when you go back in your party and you're in a break and you add your links, that's going to help your party. It's going to help engagement. It's going to help boost it. So you want to do that anyway. And then videos. So this is one of my questions for Jessica next week. I would love to stop using OneStream and start using this for my videos. But anytime I've added them, they've not worked for some reason. I've even looked at the length. I've tried all the stuff Cinchshare showed me. So I don't know how to do it yet, but if anybody does, great, you can share. Okay. So this little box here is just your text clips. I'm not going to share that because I don't use them yet, but we're going to have Jessica talk more about that in our team training that will be taped. So now we have our post, our content. So you'll have hopefully all of my folders up here. They'll look like they have the little men by them. I did change them and have my name by most of them. I don't always put my name, but I try to now. But the first little folder up here is called Content Library. And this is awesome because it is from Cinchshare and it's all kinds of stuff you can use from them. So I try to go in here. They always put their new stuff first. I try to go in here once a month and just look and see what they have. And so when I was creating my Valentine's Day party I did for the team, I think I used one of these. And all you have to do if you want to use something is you can either select them here like that and drag them over. You can also select, you can select all. Let me get this over here. Oh, I've got it all the way up. Sorry, let me move this. You can go over here to this little 3 lines and hit select all. And then you can drag them. Or you can, if you just want to batch them directly from here, you can. I would only do that if you're only using once. And then you would hit the batch button. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. I'm not going to do it all with this one. But then you want to clear a selection if you don't. But let me just show you. So if I just have this one I want to use, I go to my Valentine's Day party here and I take it to my folder. I'm dragging it with my mouse and I hit, and it just says copy, and I'm copying it into there. And so now it's going to be at the bottom of this party. So I can then use it. I can hit edit and use it and make it my own post where it says happy Valentine's Day, whatever you want to say. And then you would just hit save and then it's yours, to use in your party. Everybody follow me there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so lots of good stuff here. I wouldn't spend a lot of time in it, but if you want to, like I said, I do once a month. I just go in here and say, because they have all kinds of stuff I never would think about. Especially if you're at a loss of what to post in your VIP page, or this has definitely helped me get themes for my VIP page, or just stuff to post. So lots of good stuff in here for us to use. They also have some Zaya specific Canva graphics I've seen, and I'm going to have Jessica send us those when we have our call as well. I haven't found them in here. So that's a good thing. So then you have my folders here. So let's say you just downloaded my folders and now you need to make your own. So like I mentioned, you would hit new folder and you would then call it whatever. So I'm going to use you, Heather, as a person. So Heather first day post, and she's got her folder there. And then I would go into my first day post, and then I might, if I'm Heather, I might not want to use. So in my folders, just to preference this, is a lot of stuff. I do not use all this stuff in my parties. And then everything at the bottom is older stuff that hasn't necessarily sold out. Like these, I probably will get rid of because I think it is gone. But I still keep there in case I wanted to promote it in some party. If I had like a lot of people that might be into flowy flare leggings, I would use it. But they're ones that are not as popular or they're going out of stock. So if you're going through my party, you're like, what is this stuff? Just keep that in mind, that the stuff at the very, very bottom often is stuff I don't use a lot. And then if you're like, well, what do you use, Angel? I can always add you to one of my parties that week and you can see. But typically I will use one of the things. So in this case, I have a welcome post. I have a pick your number. I'm not going to use both those pick your numbers. That's going to annoy people. But if I want to give them a lot of options, I'll put this. Or if I just want a clean picture, I'll use this. And then I always add new stuff. So I will add like the rainbow prints and all that this week to my parties. But then I just kind of pick and choose stuff so if I'm Heather, I'm going to pick and choose. I'm not going to select all necessarily, but I'm going to just pick and choose what I like or what I think my customers will like. And then also it's in stock. So I just hit there. So in this case, it probably would be easier to hit select all just because a lot of these I would probably use. And then I can delete the ones I don't want to use in my party. So then I go over here, I go to my folder, I drag it over and hit copy. Not move. You're not going to move my folders. You're going to copy them. So then I can go in my folder as Heather, and I can then edit these to be mine. So if I want to change out Heidi from Heidi to be me, and that's the one thing you want to do is when you start getting inventory and you have a cute picture of you, use you over me or Heidi or Hope or whoever is in here, because people will relate to you over us. However, the only other thing I'll say though is don't make it in the angel party, or I mean, sometimes I have way too many pictures of myself in here, but they like seeing me in it, but they don't need to see me, So anyway, you would go in here. If you want to change the copy, you can. Then you would hit this 2 button here and I would delete Heidi. Bye, Heidi. And I would add me. So let me find a picture of me and I don't own those leggings. So that's why I love Heidi. She's so cute. So here's me. This is the wrong outfit, but just whatever, you're getting the gist. Then you want to move you up, hit close, hit save. And now it's saving in that folder, in your Heather folder. So now it's you over Heidi. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then you have this folder. So again, if you want to delete stuff, so let's say, well, this is sold out. This is sold out. This is going out of stock. I'm not going to try to really be careful not to promote stuff out of stock. And if you ever see stuff in my party page that is out of stock, like this, I probably need to get rid of because these teal leggings are gone. But we have other teal legging options. So I'm like, well, it's still relevant. Like it's still cute. But I do try to be careful of not posting stuff that's out because people get annoyed. So then just delete those that you don't want in your folder. And then you have your folder. Okay. So then you want to create, so how I set my folders up, you don't have to do it this way. You can do it your own way. I have a pre-post folder that is all of my pre-posts that I do, which I start my parties on Saturday. I go into Sunday and Monday. So Kelly, we're going to get into you in this situation. So we're going to post a little bit. Okay. So let's say that you wanted to, so what I do for the first day is I'm going to post about welcome to the party. I'm going to post about Zaya, and I'm going to post about who wants free stuff. That's kind of my things. So the first thing you need to do is take, again, these are all in your folder. We haven't done that yet, but let's just assume this is your folder you made. These are my folders. But you want to take this, now that's in your folder, and you want to change this photo from me to you. That's number one, because this is your party. You also want to change your shopping link right here to your hostess shopping link. So if it's not your party, if it's not your launch party, every time you do this, it's going to be a hostess. So you go to your website, you hit shop, you hit the party. So I have this party going on this week with this girl. Then I go down here and hit shop now again, because that's kind of a silly letter. And this is the link I used for that hostess's party. It's I double check here. It's Marilee's party. Then I go up to Cinchshare and I add her shopping link. Okay. So it's hers. And then I'm like, okay, this is all good. My name. And then again, if you were using mine, change this to you, not me. And then you want to change your photo to you, not me. Okay. Then I hit save. I'm going to hit save here because I want to save it in my folder as my new stuff. But then I'm going to batch it. So I'll take this and then, so these two, again, these three pictures, these three posts right here are the same exact thing, just a different way. So if you want to click on it to see which one you like best, click on here and it will show the copy that it shows here. So you see how it's a little different. There's not as many like emojis. I like the first one a lot better now. So I've been using that more. So I'm not going to say but this might be your style. You might want to describe it a little bit more. So you would put your hostess's name in here. There's a really cool way to batch this and have people's name changed out too. And then you could change the link, but you just have to hit that edit button to do that. Or I have this version, which is again the same. It's just a picture of a generic rep, not me. Okay, but I'm going to do this one. And then I have two versions of What is Zaya. And why I have two versions is I try to change these out. If I know the same people are at a party, I will, that have been in another party, I will actually go in here and change the photo out of this one and still keep it the same copy because it's good information. But if I know these people have seen this photo of Zaya over and over, I'll change it. I'll go to my photographs I have. We have a ton on the website, on our team website you can use. And then I'll just make it, whatever. I try to make this one more generic. I have like overall branding. So I'll just like put this one here and then hit save. Okay. So now that's saved. So I have, and don't use these two back to back, but so let's just say I was using that one instead. Great. But in this case, I'm going to use this one. I really like this one because it has a Zaya story. Then there's this post about giveaways. Now, each of you can do giveaways differently. I do now a $10 giveaway to one person in the party after the party's hit $600. I also do little small ones throughout the party. So I keep that there. And then I have this. I also added a style survey to my parties the first day. And it's super easy. I set it up in my Squarespace, but you could do a Google form. And so it links and they can then fill out this quick little survey, tell me their sizes, and I send them items. This does take work. So if you don't have a lot of time, do not do this because you'll get crazy with it. But I don't have a lot of people that do it, but I have enough time to do it for people. So I click this. So those are going to be my 3 posts on Saturday. Or 4 posts, so that one, this one, this one, and this one. And then I hit these 3 little lines here, and I hit batch post. And then I did not add those parties to my group. So this is really quick. This will happen to you. So I need to go back in here, sorry. And I need to add my 2 new parties this week, which are Marilee and Rebecca. Okay. And then I can go back to my page I was just at. And hit those again. You just have to re-click them again here. So boom, boom, boom. This is my only folder that I have a couple of days combined just because there's not that many posts. So then I hit batch post. I hit the day I want to post it. So this is my party started on Saturday. So I normally start them around 10:30. This is great. 10:30 is fine. I also pick an odd time, so not 10:30 on the dot. I try to pick like a 33 or 35 or 36, whatever it is. If you're in a different time zone like Heather is, you and Kelly, or keep in mind what time zone your hostess is in, and the majority of her friends are going to be that time zone. So this one's local, so I'll keep it here. And then I want to space these out. There's only 4 of these posts, right? They have all day on Saturday. So I'm going to schedule these every 75 minutes and hit apply interval and see what that takes me. So that's still that's two bunched together, right? You want to spread them out when you have the time. So I'll do every 2 hours here, and you just drop down this to say 2 hours and re-hit apply interval. And then that sounds great. Saturday, it's going to do 10:30, 12:30, 2:30, 4:30. Perfect. Boom. I make sure it says AM, because sometimes if you don't check that and it says PM, they're going to be showing it late at night. No one's going to see them. And then I hit Marilee's party. I hit schedule batch, and these are going to be scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. Everybody follow me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I'm going to do Sunday. I'm going to keep doing Marilee's real quick just to show you. Then I'm going to do Sunday. So Sunday for me is, it's church day. I don't like to work on Sundays. I don't want to bog people down. So I just do 2 posts: who I am and who are you. So I have a little thing here. You can take this, make it you. Obviously use your picture. It's good to show you and Zaya. I have my whole family decked out in Zaya, which is great. And then I have this one. So there's, again, 3 options for who are you. Okay. So if you want to change it around, I even change it around by party. So if I have 2 parties going on in a week, I'll do this who are you on one and this who are you on another. Just so if people, they might be in the same part, you never know who are in your party. So you just don't want to keep it. You don't want to do the same party over and over and over. So if you find a cool who are you image, use it. And every couple months I change mine. So that is one thing. So this is a newer one for me. I like it a lot. It's reminding them if they do it, they can win the gift card. You can change the questions around. So I will pick this. I will pick this for Sunday. I hit the 3 little buttons, 3 little bars, and hit schedule batch post. I go over here and hit Sunday. Now, because this is generic and it doesn't say Marilee's name, I could technically put it on Marilee and Rebecca, which I think, Heather, last week when Hope did your parties, you did that. The only thing that does, it saves you time. So totally do if you need to save time. But they show up at the same time on Facebook. And again, Facebook gets kind of like Christine said, they get mad at you easily. It's just you got to play nice with them. So it doesn't take me long to do this. So I just do my one party. And again, I change the image out a little bit. And then I schedule at a different time. So they're not bumped up together and they're spread out, and Facebook likes me better. Okay.
Also, too, just from a marketing standpoint, because that's my background, using people's names inherently are going to make it feel more personal. And I just noticed with my parties that if I'm using people's names, even if I'm responding to somebody who's in the party and I'm like, hey, Rebecca, blah, 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 they tend to respond more and they'll engage in a conversation as opposed to just like liking whatever you just said. And people, it's a thing, but people love hearing their own names. So
yeah, so number 1 word people love is their own name.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so I'm in Sunday. Now, again, there are only 2 posts, so I can do these later. I'm going to do them after church. So I'll do like 11:36 p.m. I'm going to do them 3 hours apart here and hit apply interval. Great. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Awesome. It is Super Bowl, so people might not be on. They probably will be. I don't know. Who knows what. I do try to think about the day and what they've got going on. And then I hit Marilee, and then I hit schedule batch, and it will schedule. And I'm going to show you how to double check all this in a minute. Okay, then I have Monday. Monday is my last day before the party begins, and I am getting people jazzed up. So I have a shop here button, and this is a newer one for me. I do like it. I found somebody on a different party. It has 4 images, and it's really cute. It tells them about restocks, tells them about returns, and the size guide, which actually I'm going to show you. I'm going to update this to the new size guide that we have. So I'll go into my folders and sizing charts. And then there's this new one that Zaya did. So I'll add that. So again, that's why it's good to go through these. I try to update my parties at least every couple of weeks to stuff like that. And then you want to add, it's, you know, it's her link in here. So make sure you have the new link in here. Welcome to Mary Lee's party. So how do you spell her name? I want to make sure. So I remember how to spell Mary Lee. M-E-R-I-L. Okay. And then sometimes when we have extended return days, you can put that, but that's good. And I just hit save because I'm not ready to post it, batch it yet. And then I have another version of this here, so you can use that if you want to, again, change out the pictures. So I picked that. Then I have this one on what the fabrics are. So I have this version. If you want to see it, again, you click on it and look at it. Kind of talks about the type of stuff. There's this one I've been using a lot more now that shows sweat proof and stuff. So I'm going to pick that. Then if you want to do like party points, you can. I don't do those anymore. It takes a lot of work. How do you know your hostess is a good one to ask. So I'll choose that. You can do roll call, drop a selfie, or how do you know your hostess? How do you know? So again, there's like 4 versions of those here. A new one I started, I would not use this. I would make it your own. Is the number one thing I get asked is what are my favorite pieces? So I have that in here for people. It's all me, so do not use all me. And it's obviously what I like, not you. You can ask, are you a newbie again? But we already asked that question in this one right here. So I don't ask it necessarily again because I don't want to annoy people. If you want to offer free shipping, there's some posts here. There's a couple of different ones on what that we range in all different sizes. So for this one, I'll just use this one that shows people's pictures. Then there's different sizing chart ones you can use. I think this is the one I have been using, yeah, more. So I'll click that one. And then I have this engagement thing here, choose your style. So I'll sometimes use that to get them started. I'm not going to use that for this party. And then there is this one that shows them a bunch of different options. Again, I normally update this every month with new clothes. And then the last thing I do is turn on your notifications here. I started one where I give a Starbucks gift card, but I don't have any Starbucks gift cards, so I'll just put that one. All right, so those are my Monday options. I hit batch post. I go in and make sure I'm on the right Monday, the 8th. And then there's a lot of posts, right? There's 8. There's not, some days it gets a lot more. But I'm going to start these earlier in the morning. So I'll start at like 8:40 a.m. Sounds good. I'll do every 45 minutes and just see where it is. So that's you can spread it out more. So I'll do every 2 hours and see where it is. So that's a great thing. You can kind of play around with this. That goes till 10 o'clock at night. No, that's not going to work. So I'll do every 75 minutes and see what that brings me. Perfect. Okay. So one thing I want to show you too really quick over here is there are some great ways. And again, I'm going to have Jessica show you this where you can actually find your find and replace. So let's say you wanted to change the link or you want to change the hostess name in here. If you're batching all your parties together at the same time, you can do that here and it will replace what you've already done. Again, I don't use that, so I'm not going to show you that, but I'll have Jessica talk about that when she has a call. But one thing I do is if I have a post in here that that's all the way down at 4 o'clock here and I want it to be earlier in the day, you can either drag it up to where you want it to be, or you can just change the time here and it will change it on your schedule, okay? So that's something to take it. So for example, on new release day, I have a new release post that says new releases are coming at 1, and often it will show up at like 4 o'clock when I have it batched. So now I just make sure it happens before 1 o'clock, right? Now if you're like, oh, I don't need to do that, I want to change it back to where it was, you can hit apply interval and it will go back to what it was just at. If you move stuff around and you're like, oh, I don't like the times, I'm going to change it again, and you hit apply interval, then it goes back to how it was. So you have to move it again, just keep that in mind. But this is good. I like the order. I'm going to hit my party and hit schedule batch. Any questions so far? So now you get into your days, which I do my days. Tuesday, I start my parties. First day, first official day with leggings. I just do all leggings because there's so much of them. Again, I pick and choose what I show. You can do a lot less than I do. I try to now mix in. I found if I mix in these engagement posts, like pick your number, this or that, and those throughout the post, I get a lot more party engagement. So I add those in there. I used to just do a game, and then I would do like the this and that's and the get the looks on my last day. But now I do it throughout the party, and it's worked so much better for me. But you find your own vibe. Like, don't do what I do because I'm doing it. Do what you do because it makes sense for you. So you don't have to do what I do unless you want to. But I always have, each day I have an engagement post. So this day, and I give you guys, again, different options. So I have, this is the best one I found. Guess how many pairs of leggings your hostess owns. And the other one is, what's your favorite movie title using leggings, or how many people love the Scrabble games. Oh my gosh. So I'll pick one of those. I don't pick all of them, pick one of them. And that post you want to do, I'm not going to schedule this day because I'm actually adding some new posts to this day to add the rainbow and stuff. But you want to make that happen in the morning. So before like around 9 or 10, you want your engagement post. And then that's the post you tag everybody in. So they see it, they're notified of it, they play, and then they'll stay engaged. They typically will stay engaged throughout the day at work. They'll be like, oh, cool. Are they giving away more stuff? Am I winning? What's going on? So that's the magic. So every single day you'll see one of these little games, and I just do $5 off a $50 order. Again, I changed that so they have to spend $50 because some people were buying bomber bras. I'm like, no, that's not gonna cut it. So pick and choose what you like. I think around 13 posts. 13. I'll have to double check that, but I think around 13 is what I try to stick to. When you do a lot more, some days I have more, but it just becomes a lot. So you don't want to overwhelm people, and they probably will get overwhelmed, but they're just going to kind of come and go as they please. But again, if you have that engagement post and you're doing some of these other engagement things, it helps with, but just be careful to not do that many engagement stuff. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So find the ones for your audience. So like this color one, if you know a lot of people on your page are going to have kids, that's it. That might be a cute one to do. If you know a lot of people wear Spanx or Lulu, you want to show these. If you know a lot of people drink a lot of wine, use that. If you know that people on your page maybe you have a group that's lost, a lot of weight, and they want to see how great these clothes really help suck you in, that's a good one to use. If you have people who are pregnant, here's one that we have. So again, know your audience, and that's the kind of clothes you want to pick for your audience. With that said, though, you all want to pick the stuff that's popular too. So metallics, even if they're sold out, I list on there. If these are sold out, get on my restock list. And then like these are obviously new and exciting. The leopards are popular. So there's certain ones you want to, like the camos are popular. So those you kind of want to choose. So that's my first day. And then second day, I now do, and you don't have to do it my way, but this is just, I'm just running through so second day, I always start the second day, which is the second day mean Wednesday. I always let them know about our return policy again, because they're starting to think about shopping. They might have shopped, they want to know. I start that first, and then I go into bras because that's our second most popular thing. I have a game. I pick one of these. Scrabble's great. Shop 2 drops great, whatever. I also reminding them if they are just joining on Wednesday that scroll through the whole party and see what they missed. I talk about new releases, and then I go into like tanks and tops, and that's my day. So again, I don't use all these posts. I just pick and choose depending on what I'm in the mood for. Okay. And then the third day I do joggers, shorts, and skirts. So it's less stuff because we're kind of getting them And you can, again, you can put shirts in here if you want and break it up. You can, whatever you want to do. But we're kind of getting them phased to the shopping part. They want to start shopping. And these are just the things that, I mean, joggers are popular, but shorts and skirts, you're not going to sell a lot of. So they're kind of like, you know, they're overwhelmed at this point, probably. And then men's, and then the last day I just do men's and kids because no one really buys men's and kids, but you still want to throw it out there. I definitely start with the party poll. Where are you? I tag them in this post, making sure they get it. I offer a bundle. I talk about our sales, and then I go into men's and kids, and then I close it out with 2 important things. Do you want to book a party? And do you want to join my team? Never leave those 2 out. And then the last thing is join my VIP page. So those 3 things are, you don't go a party without saying those things, because even if they don't click on them, even if they don't join, it's putting the seed in their head. So that's kind of how I flow things there. Then, so now I've got it set up. I don't have this one all the way set up, but let's just imagine I did. Then you want to go down to pending, hit that, and then you click your party. So this is, I have 2 parties going on. I have one that we're wrapping up this week on our group page, and then Marilee's party that we did together. So you can see it starts on, make sure your dates are right. It starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I have those 4 posts, and it's AM, not PM. Then Sunday, those 2 posts. Then Monday, those posts. Awesome, in great order. However, if it wasn't in great order and something was wrong where this said like February 20th or 8 PM, all you have to do, you can delete them and start over, but what I do, it's super easy. You just hit this edit button, you pick the right date, and then you hit schedule post, and it will change it and fix it. Or the right time, and you hit schedule post and it will fix it. In this case, we don't need to do that, but that's what you want to do. So that's why you want to kind of double check before you batch things that their date and time are right. But if for some reason they're not, for sure, after you schedule your post, go down to pending and double check your days and times and catch that before you go live. If you want to delete something because you're like, oh, I don't need to put that anymore, you just hit it here, and you're in your pending, not in your folder. Make sure you're not deleting from your folder. You hit delete post, and I'm not going to do that again because it's party. And it will not show up in your party. It hasn't deleted from your files. But it's not going to show up in your party anymore. Or if you want to edit the copy, again, you just go in here and you can say blah, 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 and hit schedule post. It will not save your folders, but it will save it in that party. So if you want to save it in your folder, you need to go back and, well, you can hit here, save, and it will save in the folder if you select the folder. But often what I'll do is I'll save it, I'll schedule, batch it and save it, and I'll go back in my folder and save it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then if you ever want to see your history of what posted, you can hit this button, hit your group, and then you can see what you posted, and you can rebatch this and reuse it. So if you liked a party you did for Christmas, so if you did a party last week and you're like, man, that was awesome, I can use all of that again, just hit select all and batch it however you want to do that. If that's easier for you. Like I don't do that a lot, but that is an option that you can do. Is there anything else I was going to mention on any of this?
I will tell you that I had this literally happen the other day. So with all the Facebook update, whatever just happened, so I went to go post and I was like, none of my posts are there. I can't figure it out. If you go into history, if it doesn't post, it will show this like weird little warning thing. And if you click on it, it'll tell you what you need to do to fix it. So the minute I figured it out, I was like, oh, this is great. It was super easy to do. And you just followed the prompts and it fixed my Facebook. And then all the posts went out for the rest of the day. But I never before had used history or even remotely checked it. So that was really good. So if you ever find like, hey, wait a minute, my posts aren't working, I would go into history, find it, and then it'll tell you what's happening.
And actually that will show up in pending if it hasn't gone out with that weird little thing. Because,
will it? Oh, so
yeah,
pending?
because history it's already gone, but pending. Oh. So yeah, if you ever have any issues, if you're like, where's my post? You would just go to your pending,
got it,
see what it is, and it will show you like a red little thing, and you'll have to you'll have to change it, and it's not hard to do. I will say with all this too, and I'll answer any final questions. This gets so easy. This setting up my parties takes me 15 minutes to do. That's it. So I know this took an hour to me to show you this, and you're probably, if you're new to Cinchshare, like, oh my God, what am I doing? This gets so easy. I could do it blindfolded and no, the only thing that takes me time is when I create new parties, like I did for Valentine's Day. That probably is going to take me a couple hours because I'm trying to find, cute Valentine stuff, whatever. And when I do those parties, by the way, if you're using my Valentine's Day, I just do it in one folder, but you'll understand now my flow. So I'll have like my pre stuff, and then I'll do my first day is leggings and my second day is, but you'll kind of get in that flow, and but you pick and choose which day you want to use. You don't have to use my days, but just know that I just do those in one folder because it's just easy for me to choose. But I will, if it's new stuff that we can use, I will also save it in my other folders so you can find them there. So,
okay.
But yeah, any questions?
I've got a question on when you said that the 3 things not to leave out of any party. It was become a VIP, and what were the other 2?
Book a party with me. I always do that first. Join my team. And then the very last post I do is become a VIP. Now, the only time I don't share join my VIP is if I know the hostess is going to sign up as a rep. I do not want people to join my VIP. I want them. What will happen then is that page, you'll announce Jill has decided to become a rep. This is now her VIP page. The party will keep going here. Keep adding your friends. So I do a post for my new reps, and I make that their VIP page. So I won't promote my own because I don't want them on my page.
Okay. And the link to the person, the host, we get from the back end?
No,
we get from
you can, but it's some really long, crazy website address. So where I go to get my party links, you want them to show up on your website. So they need to show up on your website. How you do that is you hit events and you hit the event here. If it's not showing up on your website, make sure it is. So you hit edit, you hit details, and you make sure this is clicked right here, show on your site. It is automatically, so it should be clicked, but if not, click it, hit save and update, and it will show on your site. So then you go to so you can use this link, but see how long that is? It's crazy. So I go to my website, I hit shop, I find my hostess's name on here, I hit shop. I then go past this one and hit shop now because it's some long letter. And this is the link I use for my hostess. You won't see her name in here up here, but it's right here. So that's her link. And then remember, if somebody shops and it's not in her link for some mistake, we can move it.
Okay.
So don't stress about it. But with your parties, just make sure you're putting that link in as much as you can.
Okay, because I was getting confused because that link looks like my link.
Yes. So as long as you see her name down here, that's her link. That's her link. Yep.
That's where I was freaking out the other night, was because it looked exactly the same. And I thought, I even went in and deleted the whole event and then put it back in because I thought I was doing something wrong. But okay, that makes sense.
And really quick, while we're talking about tagging, I just want to make sure y'all know how to do this, because you need to, like I said, just go through your parties like a couple of times a day. You don't need to be a slave to your parties at all, but you do want to kind of keep engaged. So when you have a break, whatever, I always make this post, by the way, the announcement post. It shows all the links to shop. So once this post hits on Monday, I then go right here to these 3 dots and I hit mark as announcement. And it will then be the very first one that always comes up on my parties. You don't have to do anything with it. So then people always have the link to shop. And then let's say I wanted people to comment on or be engaged. I have an engagement post. I just go to that post, and I don't do it for all your this and that. That's not that. you don't want to annoy people. But this one right here. So I wanted everybody to comment on this of where they were in the party. So I had to go on here, hit edit post. I had to then hit tag, sorry, I had to hit this little 3 buttons and hit tag people. And then I had to just start typing letters in, and their names come up. And then you can tag them. I've already tagged everybody in here, and then hit done. And then they'll be notified that I tagged them in a post and they need to come see it. So again, and I like, Kelly, I saw you down here putting their names in. You can do that, but it doesn't look as clean.
Okay.
And I don't like doing that. Now,
No, I think your way is a lot simpler, and it was taking me time. I was having to use my phone, look and see who was in the party, look and put the first letter of everybody's name, and it was kind of a pain in the butt.
So I actually do mine right from my phone, because when you go to tag everyone, your phone just actually brings everyone up alphabetically. So you can literally just go, if you go into, so say it posts, you just go to edit post, tag friends, and you can just, you literally just go down the line. My very first party, I had an issue because someone didn't allow themselves to be tagged in anything. So with that one, I just had to figure out who it was. But rule of thumb, you can usually just go through and tag everyone at once. And
okay.
Yeah, and sometimes some of the stuff on your phone is much easier. When you send reminders out to your friends for parties, that's another one. I'll show you that real quick. But the only time I tag them in here is if I know somebody specifically. So Kelly, I'm going to use you. Kelly, where are you, girl? You know, and then you'll get notified.
Okay.
You can invite. So that's the only time I tag somebody specific. Or Amber, I know you won this bra or whatever. So, but yeah, so and this is not Cinchshare related, but for sure, all your parties, go to your member tab and make sure you are going to this invited thing and hitting send reminder to them. So just click here, send reminder. This is too late. This party ends today. But that is also easier to do on your phone.
Now do that again, because I've been trying to find it on my group ever since you said that.
You go to your member tab, and then you can see who's already joined your party, and you can see anybody new. This is cool feature too. This is something I do on Tuesday, is anybody that joined the party, you can write a welcome post. So I hit this and I'm like, welcome to the party. I'm like,
okay.
Or, you know, last day of the party, who's sad or whatever. I do it the first official day, which is Tuesday. And then you can add like a GIF or a photo or whatever, and then hit post, and it automatically tags them in it. So that's a cool thing to do. I do that for my VIP page too. But then if you go down here to who's invited, there's a lot of people that were invited that did not get reminder. I did a reminder. So I typically do them before the party starts, and then maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday, but by Friday, it started late, too late. But you just hit, you hit right here and hit send reminder, and it will send them a reminder. Now, Kelly, I would do this for you probably for your new party like tomorrow or Monday, because they probably were just all invited, and you don't want to send them a reminder right away because they're like, oh, I got invited, now I got a reminder. So wait a day or so, but do it before your party. Try to do it before your party starts.
Okay.
So that way they get added. Any other questions? Is this helpful? Are you overwhelmed?
No, I'm thankful for it, because I've been muddling my way through the Cinchshare, trying to hunt and pack and figure it out. So everything you said just went back over it with me. So.
And they have a customer service here, this question mark, and you can send, there's stuff you can go, they search and it pulls up stuff. You can also, they have some user guides. They have a Facebook page you can join. They do trainings on there. I do some of them occasionally, but just questions, whatever. And they normally get back to you, but it's not like right away. It's not like they have a little box or anything, but they'll get back to you typically within 24 hours. So if all else fails, ask me first or ask your upline first. But then if you can't figure it out, sometimes I'll just tell you have to get with customer service. But that is a good option there for you. Cool. So we'll be, unless anybody has any questions, Kelly, if you want to stay on, I can just answer if there's anything like
Okay.
Cinchshare related, but I'll stop
Okay.
recording. Thanks,
Bye,
guys. I appreciate it. I can't wait for your training, Christine, and can't wait for Jessica's next week.
Yes.
All right.